Okay, got it.
Okay, got it.
Okay, bye, love you.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
Okay, yeah.
Hi.
Hey, how are
Wait,
you?
Switch to gallery.
Can you see us?
Uh,
Press camera.
camera. Can you hear Ariel? You do it again. Hiya.
Hey.
He's going to the store. Oh.
Okay.
Can you see all three
Hi,
screens?
Pamela, how are you?
I'm well. How about you, Tom? How are you,
I'm
Liz?
still alive. You know, that's is good.
Huh?
I'm still alive, so that's good. That is good.
That is excellent. That is excellent. So are you able to see three screens and everything?
Yes. The
Okay,
bottom screen
awesome.
is just blurred. That's good.
Awesome. Okay. Well, good. Well, I mean, it's good that you're still in the land of the living. So that is an excellent thing. So I want to kind of alert you, and me and Ariel talked about it. She's going to the store. Has she already talked to you about?
She said that she had to go clear the house, so that's why we're sitting in the living room, because she said for me to get out of my room, because she said she might, yeah.
Yeah. There is an entity there, and it is a malevolent entity. And as we've talked about before, malevolent entities seek to do physical harm. And so it basically came from Ariel's school.
Oh, did it just
So-
come now? Because my toothbrush turned on by itself 2 weeks ago, and he said I was crazy. And
No, because the baton is stuck because it's getting wet, okay, and it packed with toothpaste, you know. So when it dries, okay, the toothpaste dries, okay, it makes the baton stuck. I fixed it before, you know, but apparently it keeps going on again.
I don't think so.
I do.
Well, I will say this: whenever Ariel got to the house is when the entity got there. So I think she got there Friday.
Oh,
Now she's been dealing with it for 2.5 weeks.
oh,
She has.
yeah.
And she's also going through an ascension, but she's going to clear it out. I've given her instructions on how to do that. She's going to be smoking the house out with some herbs, and she has instructions on that. And so she knows what to do. I would say let her do that, because we don't know we know it's a malevolent entity, but we don't know what type. So we don't know what it will feed off of. It could feed off of aggression. It could feed off of passivity. It could feed off a number of things. So she knows how to cleanse the home and everything. At one point, Liz, it was in your room, and then it came back into her room.
My garbage pail was making noises by itself 2.5 weeks
Okay,
ago.
okay,
See?
that's-
And he goes, oh, you always think it's a ghost. And I'm like, I know, I'm laying in my bed and
2
I hear
weeks.
crunching in the garbage pail twice.
2 weeks ago, that wasn't a case that the thing came in the day before, you know. when
Well, it
she
was
came back.
something. She came up home every weekend though.
Oh, every week. Liz, I love it. I love it. So I just want to alert you to that so you wouldn't freak out and what have you. She's got it, well in hand. She knows what to do. She had been experiencing some physical issues as a result of it. She's very in tune with her spiritual abilities. So she's able to tap in and be like, okay, something's not right.
Mhm.
And so I actually saw it come back into her room while we were talking.
Mhm.
So it hasn't been it's been messing with her for 2.5 weeks. But I mean, unless it traveled with her, and you said she came home every weekend, which
Yeah.
I mean, it's a
Yeah.
possibility.
She came home Friday, then Thursday, Saturday, came back Sunday, then he takes her to school in the late afternoon like today. So
Okay,
she sees Ricky, and then he came over yesterday and was here for a couple of hours.
gotcha. Okay, so we can check and see if it has traveled with her during the weekends that she has been there.
Yeah.
I will tell you this much: when entities of that nature are afoot, they have minions, they have imps. They don't do it by themselves. They have what I call little seedlings that they drop off. So those seedlings don't have as much power as the entity itself, but it can cause other stuff to happen. But we'll check because that may not be the case with you. But we'll check. But we'll go ahead and make sure I'm recording. Yep, I'm recording. we'll make sure we'll go ahead and connect. Great Creator, we thank you for this time with Liz and Tom. We thank you that they have confirmation on all things that they need. We thank you that they are protected coming in and going out. We thank you that they are protected in the spirit realm as well as on this physical plane and this current lifetime. We ask that all answers be accurate, concrete, and concise for all confirmation for Liz and Tom. And it is so, Ashe. Amen and Ashe. All right. So let me see. My higher self. Are you still saying? Okay. Do I need to connect to both Tom and Liz's higher self at the same time?
Yeah,
Okay.
he was gonna go first.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, we're gonna connect to Tom's higher self. Tom Majorzik, higher self, please connect, protect, and go straight to the safe pod for me. Thank you. All right, my higher self, when Tom's higher self has connected, please have them go to thank you. Okay. All right. All right. We are connected, Tom. So what's going on? How's everything?
Nothing really much. I mean, I just was suggested that you can maybe balance my chakra, because I feel kind of sluggish, a
Okay.
little bit. I did a lot of work, like physical work on my lawnmower, because I'm rebuilding. So and I feel like I'm all drained out. So maybe my chakra needs to some kind of adjustment.
Okay. Okay. Let's check that. All right. Tom's higher self. Does Tom need to have his chakras calibrated? Okay, thank you. Are there any chakras of Tom's that are spinning backwards? Thank you. Are there any chakras that are blocked? Thank you. Are there any chakras that need healing? Thank you. Are there any chakras that need repair? Yeah, I already knew that you would be pretty decent. So we're going to calibrate each of your chakras. So let me do this real quick. Hold on. I hate that glare. Okay, that's so much better. Okay. All right, Tom's higher self. Please calibrate all of each of Tom's chakras for optimum performance to work in and out of the spirit realm, as well as on his physical plane in his current lifetime. Calibrate each of his chakras, please. Okay. Okay, so it's hovering on that throat chakra for whatever reason, but we'll find out why in a minute. Okay, gotcha. Thank you. All right, thank you. All right, so hold on a second. Tom's throat chakra was needing some extra calibration. Is that due to his own energy? Gotcha. Is that due to Ariel's energy? Thank you. Okay. Yeah. So because this is the thing, and I've talked to Ariel about this before. You and Ariel are connected. She knows this. There are certain people that you're supposed to be connected to. And for instance, in my son and my granddaughter, they are the only people I'm supposed to be connected to. I'm not even connected to my mom from that standpoint when it comes to chakras. So what happens to Ariel is happening to you, because her throat chakra, while yours wasn't blocked, hers was because of what's going on with her. But you tend to absorb whatever's going on with her. And so not everything, but some things. But now let's also look at the fatigue. Tom has been tired. Is this a medical situation? Okay, thank you. Is this a spiritual situation as well? Okay, no. Okay, so is this due to him doing a lot? Is this a natural situation versus medical? So is this natural, meaning a physical situation? Okay, thank you. Is this something that needs medical attention? Okay, no. Okay, gotcha. Is this because he did work in the yard? Okay, thank you. Is he going through any type of spiritual ascension right now? Okay, good, thank you. Okay, so this is a physical thing and he needs to rest. Okay, gotcha. Okay, but your chakras did need calibrating. So you were absolutely right about that. But you need to kind of get more rest in what you're getting. And I'm not sure how much that is for you and what that looks like for you. But your higher self is almost like going wild with that. So it what it looks like is okay. So get okay, gotcha. So what it looks like is that either you are laying down but not resting, or you're not laying down. I don't know which one it is, but you're not getting the proper rest that you need. So I'm not sure which problem is contributing, but from a physical standpoint, you're either laying down and your body is not getting into a rest state, or you're not laying down at all. So
I think both, you know.
okay, gotcha. So we need to get to a point where we figured it out. Now, full disclosure, I get it. I lay down and my body does not shut off. My body doesn't shut off for a number of reasons. One, the spiritual aspect, but also I'm always in my head. So if you're always in your head, if you're always thinking about what's going on outside of what Tom can control on this physical plane, this current lifetime, you're gonna have to find a way to shut that down. Because if you're worried about what's going on with the kids, or what's going on with your sister, or what's going on with anybody else, you're not going to be able to shut down from a mental standpoint, because your brain is going to continue to be going.
Yeah. I know. We have a lot of problems, you know, with our telephone company. Yesterday, again, a week ago, I had to call and straight some problems with Angelica because she was in overseas, okay, and she had to pay off the phone. Now, all of a sudden, I got another bill yesterday of $742, okay? So I had to call again. It's just like endless, you know, aggravation with stupid things like that, you know?
Yeah.
So that's problem was just like taking, you know, for away my focus on real rest, you know?
Yeah, I get it. Especially you got a daughter overseas, you want to be able to be in contact with her so that you can, you know, talk with her and make sure that she's okay. And so I definitely get that. But find a way to decompress where you can kind of push some of that. And to be honest with you, you may not be able to push all of it away, but some of it to where you can rest. Now, what that looks like for you, I'm not sure, because everybody is able to decompress differently.
Yeah. Well, what I usually do, I watch videos on YouTube, okay, with the train travels, you know, like you know, people make videos when they travel. So I okay, so that relaxed me because I can see all the other countries, you know, even regions, okay, that you're never going to see because you're never going to take so many trains in your life. You know?
I get it. Yep. And I saw a video on Instagram of this young lady who went on a cross-country train trip. She was in another country, but it looked like, if you've seen Polar Express, it looked like that. And I'm like, I want to go. So I definitely get it.
Fun.
Yeah. So that's relaxing. So find ways to relax to where your brain can shut off. That you can rest. You may have to tell your higher self to push the worry to another place in your brain. And to be able, so you can rest, and ask your higher self to aid in your rest so that you can get some restful sleep, or just be able to let your body get some rest, because that's contributing to why you feel like you feel. Because right now you feel like you're exhausted, even though you may have laid down.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely.
Okay, okay, well, thank you very much. That's all I needed, okay? Now you can just go ahead and talk to Liz, and
Okay.
I'm just gonna go.
All right, Tom. Well, it's good to see you. Good to talk with
Me
you.
too, me too. Thank you very much.
All right. Take care.
Disconnect me can you disconnect my high
Yes,
self?
yes, definitely. Say hi yourself. I call you back to me.
My high self come back to me.
Okay. Awesome. All right, my higher self. Please disconnect from Tom and Tom's higher self. Thank you. And please disconnect me from Tom and Tom's higher self. Thank you. And disconnect Tom from this session and disconnect Tom's higher self from the session. Sure. All right. Thank you, Tom. All right.
Thank you very much.
All right. Take care.
So that was so funny because I was laying in bed and then I heard crunching in my garbage pail.
Wow.
This was like 2.5 weeks ago. Like you
Ooh.
shouldn't hear noises in your garbage pail. Like
No.
like a mouse moving around, that kind of, like if something's walking, you know what I mean? Like a noise, and like if something's moving
Right.
around. So that happened 2 times, like in the middle of the night. So I was like, what the heck? And then when I was, then I heard in the bathroom, and then my
Uh-huh.
toothbrush turned on by itself. But this was like 2.5 weeks ago, like on Wednesday. And then I was, or Saturday, but it was about 2 weeks ago. And then when I was in the tub, I turned it off. It did it again. And then it did it again when I went back to my bed. So I don't think toothbrush should turn on by itself. Like, you know
No,
what I
because
mean?
I have an electric toothbrush and mine has never done that.
Right.
My toothbrush don't
But,
turn on by
yeah,
itself.
so then I'm staging the house and I'm like, get the hell out, blah, blah. And me, you know how I am.
Right. I get it. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and live with George's higher self. Go ahead and please connect to protect. Go straight to the safe part.
I am cold in this house. That's what I'm gonna be doing.
Oh,
We had hail
wow.
yesterday. It's 70 degrees, then it hails.
Yeah, it is so weird because it's
Yeah.
77 degrees here,
Right.
but we had some instances of hail. I think it was
Mhm.
yesterday. And I'm like, what's wrong?
We did
with
too.
you?
Yeah, I heard rocks hitting the window. I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Tell yourself. Let's check on this.
Yeah.
We've talked with Ariel about this entity that's in the house, right? Okay. This entity, when did it travel with Ariel when it first started traveling with Ariel, when it started going with her? Did it travel with Ariel to the house each time she came home? Okay, that's a yes. All right. Did it leave any of its imps there or any malevolent energy there when Ariel will go back to school? Okay, that's a yes. Okay.
It's healing now. That's weird.
Okay. Does this entity had the energy been causing the disruption in the house? Say for instance, the toothbrush turning on. Is that an entity that's causing the toothbrush to turn on? Okay, gotcha. That's a no.
Oh.
Okay, is that a thing that Tom has said? Maybe it's jam or toothpaste. Okay, thank you. Now, the crunching in the garbage can, is that something that is energy or entity related? That is.
Whoa.
The toothbrush, no, but the garbage can, yes.
And it was on the same day. It was like 2 Saturdays ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
It did. That's weird.
was that an entity? Okay. Was that energy? Okay. So that was a malevolent energy. Okay. Gotcha. So you're dealing with the remnants of that entity that will come when when Ariel comes. So this entity literally is not attached to Ariel at all, but it is something that is harmful physically. She's been experiencing some chest pains.
Ooh.
She's been having really, really harsh anxiety attacks or panic attacks. And she knew right off, she said, something's just not right. Now, when we check, Spirit just allowed me, because I've never asked about Ariel's classes, never.
Right. Uh-huh.
And so I asked, I said, is this from school? Yes. I said, okay, is this from the dorm room? No. I said, is it from class? And I had another thing to ask. And I had never asked about classes before, and it was from a class. Ariel said, is it from my English class? Yes.
Oh,
And she's been having these, thoughts, as far as things that's going on in the English class. And so it came from there, but she's going to remove it. But again, when you have a malevolent entity, it has the ability to leave its own little energy signals, something like that. So that's what been moving in your garbage can. So
wow.
she's
That's
going to
crazy.
remove that. Huh?
And then I used her sound bowl, and then I smoked the room 3 times, 3 days in a row, like Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And he's like, "Why do you keep doing them?" Like, there's something here. He's like, "You're crazy."
No, it's definitely something there. Now, this is the thing, because Sage won't remove a malevolent entity.
Yeah, and I use Palo Santo, both of them.
Yeah. They see Palo Santo and Sage are only going to deal with energies,
Okay.
but entities. Ariel has something that's going to be stronger. She's going to get some frankincense and some dried rosemary, and she's going to mix
Okay.
it with sage,
Okay.
and she's going to put it on some charcoal. So she's got
Yeah.
instructions on what to do. I am going to be making a spray that she can use in her dorm room,
Uh-huh.
because she can't use smoke in the dorm room.
Mhm.
But I am going to be making a spray that's going to be the equivalent of doing smoke, but I have to get the right herbs together that are going to be conducive to that. And so I'll be sharing that with her. So either I'll send y'all some, or I'll send her the recipe, but I probably end up sending y'all some rather than, so she can definitely have it in the dorm room, and probably send Angelica some as well. So yeah. So that's what's going on. But no, you're not crazy. You had, you definitely were sensing the energy. And so, like I said, definitely let her handle it, because we don't know what this entity feeds off of. So if you curse it out, it might feed off of aggression.
Right.
Or, and so we don't know. And so I told her what to say and what to do, so that she could get it out of there. And then I told her how to call on Archangel Michael, because she needs to close any portals that may have opened.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, she knows how to put the benevolent energy and peace energy back into the home.
Yeah. I've been doing your protection thing every day in the bathtub and sitting there for 20 minutes. And I'm like, and everything's like, I'm keep away, and then Tom just thinks I'm like paranoid, but I'm like, I'm naturally
I definitely get it.
When I'm hearing that, he's like, no, he's like, you're crazy. You always think everything's a ghost. And even my good friend, she's like saying, Liz, can you stop talking about the ghosts all the time? Because she gained like 50. I have one friend,
Uh-huh.
yeah, once in a while. And, I met her here in therapy, and she has these 2 evil daughters that just want her money. And she hangs around with relatives that are really evil and gaslighting. And then she tells me about it. And I'm like, stay away from them. And she won't. So then when she's falling apart and she don't listen, then I'm like, I'm going to start staying away from you because you don't listen and you're aggravating me, And then Ariel's like, she's never going to betray you. You should just be a listening ear. And I'm like, she's making me mad.
Oh. Well, that's the thing, is that sometimes people just don't listen.
Mhm.
And you have to get to a point where you just let them. My mom used to say this when I was young. She used to say, I'm gonna let you go till you hear glass fall. And what that meant was, you're gonna keep walking and you're not gonna pay attention to that glass door that's there, because you can't see it because it's so clear. When you walk right into it, it's gonna shatter because you're not listening. And so that's the type of attitude that sometimes we have to have with people when they don't listen. You love them and you keep, and you do what you can, but some people you can't help, because they may not listen, but do whatever it is that, and she may, I see it a lot. When I see my relatives that literally I can tell them one thing and they listen to me when it's beneficial for them.
Mm-hmm.
But when it's something they don't want to hear, they keep doing the same old crazy crap. And then when it falls apart, they come to me and they go like, what you say, dude? Nothing, because you didn't listen to me the first time.
Right.
But
Like with that, you know, Angelica and Ariel are arguing and they're not talking to each other and one, you know, so, you know, of course you don't want that. And I see that even with my friend Linda, her two daughters hate each other, didn't invite each other to the wedding, have kids the same age, then they won't let them play with each other and just want the mother's money and just keep yanking the mother back and forth. And she loves both of them. And it's just horrible because they hate each other that much, you know?
wow.
So they're like the opposite of my kids where they nag her all the time and mine don't tell me when kids are born. So it's the complete opposite. So it's kind of, strange, you know, so yeah.
Yeah.
So with Ariel, doesn't even want to go to Angelica's like graduation. So I'm like, brother,
Yeah. I did talk to her about that. There has to be give and take.
yeah,
And I think that what happens because Ariel is gifted in the spiritual arts, what happens is we tend to think that person's supposed to be at our beck and call all the
Right.
time.
yeah,
And it takes a lot of energy to do this work.
yeah.
And she has seen that. And it physically wears on you and it spiritually wears on you. And it puts you in a vulnerable place, both physically and spiritually. And
Yeah.
so Angelica has to understand that words have power and that regardless to how you think you may be here, it doesn't make somebody else beneath you.
Mhm.
And so I told her, I said, you know, right now your higher self is saying, you know, no, don't go to her right now. When graduation comes, I said, as time gets closer, ask your higher self, do I need to have a conversation with Angelica? I said, don't ruin her graduation.
Yeah,
It may be that you need to talk with her after the graduation. I said, and Angelica may not see her part in this,
yeah,
but you can't be rude or mean and think that, oh, when I call you, you need to answer the phone and pick up your pendulum and do X, Y, and Z, because that has its, I have a friend that thinks like that.
Mhm.
And she'll call me, she said, hey, I need to talk to you. And then the minute I get on the phone, she's like, well, what do you think Spirit says about X, Y, and Z? I don't know.
yeah,
You were calling me as a friend. You want me to now pick up my pendulum?
Mhm.
And it takes a lot to do this.
yeah,
And I told Ariel, I said, from now on, when you're doing work, whoever you're doing divination for, recalibrate your chakras each time, because you're taking on
yeah,
the energy of the person that you're doing divination for.
yeah.
So I gave her an example, and she and I have talked about this before, so she already knew. But when I get off every call, I have to recalibrate my chakras. So say, for instance, I was just on a call with Tom, and it wasn't you. I have to now go and recalibrate my chakras because I was connected to Tom.
Right.
And so that happens with Ariel. And because Ariel is still growing, it may hit her a little bit harder than it hits me.
Mhm.
So it's a lot of, to this. And I told her, I said, you and Angelica are super smart and intelligent. And you have to be able to, but that doesn't supersede the natural aspect of being compassionate,
Right.
and understanding.
Yeah.
And so it just has to be a conversation that the two have, and hopefully they will see eye to eye and where things got off track.
Yeah.
And it's just something that sisters do, and it's been a month or so, and hopefully Angelica will understand, okay, I can't just call Ariel and she drop everything, and
because she bosses her around.
Angelica bosses Ariel. Yeah.
Because you boss your little sister. I mean, I'm the oldest of 10. I mean, I used to boss everyone around, but I don't like any of them. But
yeah. And Angelica has to understand that Ariel is going to do things that she feels is right for her, and that may not. Angelica may not feel like that's the right thing to do, but that's not her place.
Right. Yeah.
And so it has to be that they'll work it out.
Yeah.
Let me
when they're
ask you,
together, they love each other. It's just that one thinks the other's a mind reader. I'm like, you can't think what somebody's thinking of you all the time because they're not.
Yeah, they'll work it out. Even your higher self is saying they'll work it out. It's just that there has to be an understanding. And I don't think that Angelica fully understands just how taxing it is to
Yeah.
do that type of work, especially when you connect to the spirit realm.
Yeah.
It's hard on you physically and spiritually. And like I said, and Ariel, she may not say anything about her heart hurting. And she's like, I know I don't have heart issues, but she's also going through an ascension. So she's getting hit with that entity is punching her, and she's going through an ascension. So she's getting hit hard.
Yeah.
So she's gonna be watching and monitoring, and I told her, just pay attention to what's going on with your body. So
I even used the sound bowl and I was banging it in my room like that, like a week ago, because I kept smoking in the house and he was getting mad because it stinks the whole place up.
Right. Well, Ariel's about to come and smoke the whole house out. It's gonna be even more smoke because this stuff is going to like poof. It's gonna be. But I told her let up some windows because you want that energy to kind of flow out of the house. So yep, y'all, she'll be able to get rid of it. And then I told her to text me once she's gotten everything settled and she's done what she needs to do, and I'll check and see if it's gone.
Okay. Yeah, and it was interesting because this morning I've been like I send you whatever like weird news comes up on my feed, and I'm like,
Yeah.
And I'm all over the place. I'm looking at art, I'm looking at ghosts and witches or whatever, or podcasts, and then little weird things come up that I didn't know. So I'll tell them, and half the time they're not even interested. But I just feel like I have to tell them because they don't teach you this stuff in school. You know? Exactly. They just, people were saying that they don't teach you anything. You just come out and you don't know how to run a business. You don't know how to protect yourself. And then I missed sets like online thing the last 2 weeks because I get up at 7 o'clock because the dog has to go to the bathroom. Then I'm awake, which is better because then I have more daylight. And then I fall asleep a little early. And he comes on at 12:30 to like 2:30, 3 times a week, and I try and tape it. So I taped it yesterday, but halfway. And then he didn't, like, we talked to him last Saturday, which I told you. And then he was showing oracle cards, the ones that he likes. He was saying he doesn't really like tarot because there's darkness behind it or whatever. And so it was interesting. And I sent you what I recorded of it, So, while he was on, he has it says this is being moderated by, and that's by Tiffany, his friend or whoever, the one who has a kid who gave him stuff. And when he was on, somebody was DMing people online and pretending to be him. Direct messaging while he was on the live, and you'll hear it like after like the first 20 minutes, he goes, hold on a second. He goes, Tiffany, you got that? And then it's like, he goes, I blocked him. So someone was actually pretending to be him, and like while he's online, so that's just crazy. And even like what I'm asking you about, like even the stock or a business or do this or that, it doesn't pay to like sell anything because we just did our taxes, and it's like now with the $600, with the, the 1099, you got to put 15% for Social Security, self-employment tax. Why bother?
Oh God, I get it. I mean, which is amazing because the rich is being, they ain't paying no taxes, and we got to pay our taxes. Like, I don't understand. I'm confused as to why is it even this way, but. Yeah, and you say his cat was sick. Seth's cat was sick.
Yeah, he said that, like he just started in the beginning. I just said, "How are you?" And he's like, talking, and he just said. So I just mentioned about my store being like slow after like we balanced my chakras. I didn't sell anything for a month, and then last time I spoke to you, you said they were in reverse, and then the opposite would happen. Then that weekend I sold 7 things, which is highly unusual because it was within 2 days, and that was good. And then it just stopped again for the last like 2.5 weeks, nothing. And so people kept abandoning the cart. Because you'll see when somebody likes something or favorites it,
Okay.
And then I was like, that's why I texted you, and I thought, I think I got to check with you when Ariel said that she was going to check with you. So that's why I did. I'm like, it's 2 months already since you last spoke to him. And you said, so that was weird. And then I sold one thing like 2 days ago, but still I keep putting things. I have 114 things in there, and they're just sitting, and I lowered them 10%, and I have things that are not regular things, obviously, but I didn't know whether I'm just supposed to wait it out because I don't know.
Right. Let me ask your higher self. Okay, Liz, higher self. The last time we checked Liz's chakras, she sold some things. Was that due to her chakras being calibrated? Okay, thank you. Now, she is not selling now. Does Liz have any chakras that are spinning backwards? Okay, thank you. That's a no. Does she have any chakras that are blocked? Okay, you got blocked chakras. Okay, how many chakras are blocked? Okay, you got 4 chakras that are blocked. Okay, thank
Oh.
you. Does she have any chakras that need healing? Thank you. Does she have any chakras that need repair? Okay, so you have some chakras that are blocked and you got chakras that need healing. No chakras that are spinning backwards. So let's go ahead and let's find out what chakras that are needing healing first. Well, what chakras are needing Liz that needs healing? Okay. Okay, so that's the root chakra. Well, next, heart chakra. Thank you.
Oh.
Throat chakra and the crown chakra. Okay, let me take it out this plastic sleeve. So the root, which controls the money, the heart, and the crown chakra, which controls the head and thought, kind of all your.
And it was those 4 like a couple times before, like twice before.
Mhm. Yeah, your heart chakra stays on in a state of something going on with it. Okay, so that's the ones that need healing. Show me the chakras how many chakras does she have that are blocked? How many chakras? Okay, so show me first the ones that need healing. How many? 4. Okay, how many are blocked? Hey, okay, all 7 of them are blocked.
Wow.
Okay.
And we just did this less than a month ago, like I just talked.
Yeah,
Isn't that-
now remember, I do mine every day because, but it also depends. Let's see who you are attached to. How many people needs to be attached to Liz? Okay, thank you. Who are they? Are they any of our children? Okay. Is it Ariel? Okay, no, Angelica. Okay, Angelica's 1. Christopher. Okay, Jennifer and Angelica. What about Christina? Okay, thank you. No. So Jennifer and Angelica are the ones that are supposed to be attached to you. But this is the thing. When they like I told Tom, when they experience something, you're going to experience it too. So if they got blocked chakras, which I already know Angelica has blocked chakras, because when I had my last session with her, all her chakras were blocked.
Oh.
And I found that out after we got off the session because we didn't do chakras for her.
Mhm.
But when I got ready to do my chakras, all my chakras were blocked. And I'm like,
Wow.
okay, is that because Angelica, and I made it a note to tell Angelica the next time we talk, I need to calibrate her chakras because they were all blocked. So because you're connected to Angelica, your chakras blocked too.
Oh, because I spoke to her this morning on WhatsApp and I said, you want me to ask Pam anything? And she goes, oh, I only have, if she has any messages from, but she's coming back to the US tomorrow. So I'll text her and tell her to set something up with you.
Yeah, okay, so Angelica, Liz's chakras are blocked because of Liz. Okay, that's a no. Liz's chakras blocked because she talked to Angelica. You see that?
Oh, and it's funny, she never talks to me, but she talked to me a lot on WhatsApp while she was in Spain.
Yep. You just basically absorbed her stuff.
Oh. I was just being polite as a mom because she normally doesn't like me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, if she wants to talk to me, that's a start, like.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. The 2 children that literally you have the most, I'll say this, the least connection to emotionally, are the ones that you're connected to.
Yeah.
Now, this is just you. This is not for everybody. But Jennifer and Angelica are the ones that for whatever reason, emotionally, they want to be on the other side of the country when it comes to you. But those are the ones that spiritually are connected to you.
Yeah. That's
and
funny.
This is the thing about that. Spiritually, they don't realize that you're covering them.
Yeah.
They don't understand that. Now, Ariel is connected to Tom. Okay, thank you. Christopher is connected to whom? Is he connected to his dad? No. Oh, okay, thank you. Christopher is not connected to anyone right now. Is Christopher connected to Liz? Okay, thank you. I knew it wasn't. Is he connected to Tom? Gotcha. He's not connected to his body. Yo, is he connected to one of the? Okay, he's connected to. How many sisters you got? Because he's connected to one of your sisters.
Ariel. Oh, my sister or Ariel? He talked to
No.
Ariel recently by text.
Okay, is Christopher connected to his sister Ariel? Okay, he's connected to Ariel. That's what that is. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Okay, so let's go ahead and heal your chakras and unblock them. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Liz's higher self, please heal any of Liz's chakras that need healing, please. Okay, thank you. All right, now let's unblock any and all of Liz's chakras that are blocked. Thank you. All right, and now let's calibrate each of Liz's chakras for optimum performance to work in and out of this spirit realm, as well as on this physical plane, his current lifetime. Okay. Thank you. All right. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. All right. Okay. So we got your chakras calibrated. And we'll see how that works out for you with regard to your store and everything. But yeah, anytime you're dealing with the fact that you are connected to certain people, you're going to, especially if you talk to them, or if they have they're thinking about you really hard, they connect to you. And so, Angelica's already connected to you. So what that means is her stuff, and especially if she talks to you, you're going to absorb her stuff, whatever that is. And so that may mean you have to get your chakras recalibrated. So, but as far as, yes, when you got your chakras recalibrated, the last time it was like the sales picked up and then they kind of dwindled down. And that's because I do my chakras every day because the spiritual work that I do, I have to. Let me ask how often, and normally, let's ask from a normal standpoint, how often is it best for Liz to get her chakras recalibrated? Are we talking weeks? Talking months? Okay, how often? Okay, so you see it's going to the 2? Every 2 months, you are to get your chakras recalibrated.
Yeah, I talk to you like every 2 months or less sometimes.
Mhm.
Right? It's like-
So what needs to happen?
I try not to be needy, but I am because I always have drama going on.
Well, just remind me that whenever I talk with you, that we do your chakras.
Yeah,
That way we can make sure that we just go ahead and just nip it in the bud so that you can have that. Now, unless something happens that, we need to do it, before then, but or in normal circumstances, every 2 months is fine.
yeah, I'm taking a salt bath. I walk in the dog like a half a mile every day going outside. I'm praying like 4 times a day. I don't know what the heck else to do. And
Yeah.
I'm staying away from people. Obviously, I was gonna drop my last friend because she was annoying, and then I'm gonna have like only internet.
Lord. Well, let's ask your higher self about your last. What's her name? Is her name Linda?
Linda. Her
Linda.
name is Linda. And then we were just out with her, and I go to dinner with her like once a week to the pizzeria or the diner or something, and she's the only person. And then we just run errands. But
Okay.
she's like getting sick and like, ugh.
Okay. All right. Liz's higher self. Is it in Liz's best interest to end the relationship, the friendship with Linda, her friend Linda, on this physical plane, this current lifetime? Okay. Your higher self says no.
Oh, good.
So she
Yeah.
has to, there's some things that she's going to have to do. And the way she has to grow, but also how she has to heal. Part of Linda's issue is those daughters.
Yeah.
And so those daughters are draining her.
Yeah.
And as a mother, she's like any other mother. You don't want to let your
Yeah.
children go, but
Right.
they're physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually draining her.
Yeah.
And she doesn't know what to do with that.
No,
and
they're
I-
evil.
Yeah, she doesn't know what to do with that.
Yeah.
And so you are, while I know it's annoying, you
Yeah.
really help her, even though she doesn't realize just how much. And you see her higher self going to yes on
Yeah.
that?
No, she's a really kind person. It just aggravates me because her daughters are like putting her in the grave, grabbing every penny that she has.
Yeah.
She gave away a dining room set to one daughter. The other one said, I want your other set when you die. She didn't even buy the freaking thing yet. Who talks like that? And the woman,
Wow.
her husband earns $250,000 and she earns like 50. And you need it. I told her, I go, she just doesn't want the other sister to get it. Like ridiculous. I mean, but that's her kids. I thought mine.
Wow.
That's disgusting. I mean, when I see greed like that, I'm like,
yeah. And that's sad because
yeah,
she will probably leave this earth and those children will only care about the stuff that she's leaving them.
exactly. I
And
think they'll sue each other just so the other one doesn't get it.
Yep. And that's sad. That is sad.
It is. It really is. I know.
You got any questions about the stock?
Oh yeah. So anyway, I sent you the news about it, and that was crazy because like I tried to move it to an IRA because I think I told you like they take like a 30% if you put it in a regular stock account. So right now it went from 0.6. It was there 2 weeks, like a little more than half a penny. Then it jumped to 1. Now it's like 0.9. And then when I asked Seth, because I mentioned to him before, I just said the same thing. I mentioned it to you before. I said, do you see it being this? And he goes, I don't know. He goes, I see you having abundance, but I don't know if it's that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's ask your higher self about that,
Yeah.
because there are times when you can get specific, and that's why I love doing the pendulum.
Yeah.
I know there are some people who rather just rely on getting the downloads from spirit.
Right.
I like
Yeah.
to assist spirit, and that's why I use the pendulum. That's
Yeah.
why I use cards, because I can get more concrete answers for
Yeah.
the people I'm talking to versus just saying, oh, well, I see abundance, but I'm not sure. I'll tell you a story about a particular lady, one of my clients in just a minute, but
Okay.
Liz's higher self. A mutual friend, Seth, has seen abundance for Liz. Can you please confirm or deny that? Yes or no? Okay, thank you. So that is accurate. Can you confirm what type of abundance? Will it be monetary? Thank you. Okay, will it be from stocks? Okay, thank you. So you see it's going to yes. Okay, will it be from a particular stock? Maybe, because you have more than one. Okay,
Yeah.
will RGBP be one of the stocks that will make Liz bring in abundance and wealth for Liz. Okay, you see that?
Oh,
It's a yes.
that's interesting.
So you will get monies from this. Now, how much money? It will be more than what you invested. I will say, let's ask your higher self that.
Yeah.
Will it be more than what Liz has invested with the RGPP? Okay. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how many times will it be more than what Liz invested? Okay, it'll be 6 times more than what you initially invested. That's the energy right now. So say for instance, you invested $1,000 and that stock skyrocketed and it made you, I don't know, made you 15,000. Then you could stand to, it would be 6 times more than, let me ask, because I ain't good at math, so let me ask your higher self.
Yeah, if it's 6 times, that means it would go to like 6 cents, right? Because if we got it at like average of a penny, so that's like 6 pennies, but that's not $5.
Yep, no. But again, and Liz's higher self, are we still projecting? Are you still, is the energy still the same in which it will go to a certain amount by June or July? Okay, so the energy is still the same. Where are we going with it? What, how much? Okay, it's still going to 5.
That's weird.
So is that $5, 5 cents? Okay, thank you. Is that 50 cents? Okay, thank you. Is that $5? Okay. So it's still saying 5. Your higher self has been consistent with that ever since we've been asking about the top. It has not changed. Now, will it change? We don't know. But right now, your higher self for months has been saying the same thing, that it's going to stay at $5. It's going to go to $5. Now, it's supposed to do that in between June and July. But this is the thing. And I was looking at something about cancer and cancer research. And I was like, yeah, that's where that's going to come in. And you know, me and you last time we talked,
right?
There's going to be more people that are going to be diagnosed with cancer.
Yeah, my dog is just barking. Come here, darling. And then I sent you the thing where a similar company that had less than them, it went from $1 to like $6.80 or something. It was Friday. So I was like, whoa, because I just read like the sometimes I don't read all of them. I just glance like here and there. And then I saw that and I was like, okay. And it's exactly like what you said. And you don't know anything about stocks or what this company does. Like, that's what's so bizarre about it, you know? Yeah. And then I've been telling Christina has been looking for a house in California, and they're rolling like 800,000 for like a dump, you know, in like they're 800,000. Like she's been saving for like 9 years, and she can't, you know, can't even like pay the legal fees and the closing.
Wow.
You can't save for like a normal person like Angelica and Ariel. I keep telling them like, you need to buy some to get yourself a condo or whatever, you know, they need to make so much money. It's not even funny, like, or even for you, you want to buy a house. So it's like, put a couple $100 and you can make like $250,000 and there's your house. And I told Christina, I'm like, Christina, and they go, I don't like your sources, Mom, you're always wrong. We lost on ADA, Cardano, and I'm never listening to you again. I'm like, well, I asked 3 times and I'm like, you know. So she put $300 in it.
Yeah, they have to understand that energy shifts. But if you are constantly staying on it and asking the right questions, you can get ahead of the game. And that's what I tell people. And I have a mentee that I told her, I said, you're not asking the right questions. And when she realized she was not, she asked her higher self, okay, am I asking my question? Her higher self said, no, you're not asking the right question. And when you ask the right questions and you stay ahead of this, you can get the answers that you need and the projections that you need. So but right now your higher self is saying the same thing, and it's good that you continually check. Because if you say, for instance, you decided, oh, okay, well, it's gonna do what it's gonna do, and I ain't got to check on it, and then you didn't check on it, and then something happened. So you're checking, and I like that, because that shows diligence. So
No, I'm diligent because that's the only thing I'm like waiting for. And then like Raymond said, oh, you need to have, or one of them said, you need a little variety, but then they're like, it's very small, like from 9 cents to 12 cents. And it's like, what are you gonna make, $25? I don't have that kind of money to
Yeah.
put in. And then a while ago, you said about that Charge Point Holdings, that was $20. That was the electric vehicle stock that you sent from TikTok like last year.
yeah,
So that's the only one that was like $20. And then it got a deal with Toyota and they're the ones making electric charging vehicle stations. So there's, that one's been in the news lately. So I don't, you might want to put something in that if, you know, but that's, it's when it's $20 a share, it's like 100 shares. What are you going to get?
right.
You know,
Yeah, you're not
that's a
gonna
lot
get
of money.
much.
Yeah,
Right.
right.
But yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't know anything about stock. I really need to learn, but it's like, oh my God, it just seems so daunting. And so I really do need to learn. But you know, right now in my higher self, as I was doing some divination the other day, my team was like, listen to Liz. And I was like, okay, I need to listen to Liz. And so there's some
I'm
things
always
that-
rooting for you because I want
I
you to
know.
do so. Nobody deserves it more than you. And I
I
feel that in my, I don't feel like I have one friend, but I consider you closer than her.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
honest to God, that's why I sent you like the kids video. I'm like, anyone else would be jealous, you know, or you know what I mean? Angelica didn't even tell the family she's in Spain or when she had COVID. She didn't tell them anything. It's weird. Yeah.
Oh my
No, you're
God.
closer than family, but family we like.
Oh, and I thank you, and I am so honored because when you show me those pictures, I'm like, oh my God, I was at work and I was like, I was so happy for her because she is doing the work and she's doing what she needs to do, and she listens to me, and
Yeah.
and I'm especially coming from where she was scared to death when she first talked to, you know,
Right.
to
Yeah.
and a skeptic.
Right.
She now believes in spirit. And so, you know, we all have growing that we have to do, but I am honored and very, very thankful, you know, for the connection that I have to you and to your beautiful family and the love that I feel. And I'm always appreciative when I get those texts and messages. I'm like, okay, I need to pay attention to this. But literally when I was talking to my higher self and I was talking to my spirit guides and helpers, they gave me the investment card.
Oh, wow.
And I wrote it down. So I'm gonna read it to you what I wrote down. Because this is capture, found this planning. There it is. Okay. Yep. Now I'm gonna show it to you. I want you to see exactly what my higher self said. So this was message from Spirit Guides and Helpers. This was April 8th, Friday.
Oh,
And it's my money and career deck. You see where it says investment?
okay.
And so it says, this is a great time to invest. You see where it says right there? Listen to Liz.
Funny. And it went from 0.6, where I sold half of it, to move it to the other stinking account. And then it went to 1. I was so mad because it sat there for 2 weeks and I was taking the loss basically, but then I'm trying to replace it evenly, but they hold on to your money for like a day and a half. You know what I mean?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
'Cause I was moving it over because I'm like, why should I give them 32% if I have to give them like only 10?
Yeah.
Screw that. I don't need the money right away. If I'm going to live till I'm 87, supposedly, I need X amount of money, you know. But then I found out, like when I sent you the thing about from the spiritual soul, the guy who he goes, that one, he was away for 2 months because they banned him on Instagram and YouTube after he wouldn't take the $20,000 for promoting the vax and blocked him on Patreon. So I'm like, wow, what are you afraid of? You know, and he's nobody. You would think he's a joke if you heard him talk. I never believed in going out in the sun before anything he said, but then everything he said was true. Or just about, you know. Like,
Yep. I get it. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, you have gifts, and I firmly believe that a lot of your giftings are in business. It's just that there are things that have to play out spiritually. Your family is part of that, and that's where the thing happens at. When you have family that's connected to you, that they have issues that they need to heal from. Jennifer is one of them. Then that kind of tangles up with you spiritually. And so you have to constantly either you can't disconnect from her, but you do have to constantly ground. So you going outside with the dog, that is so perfect.
Yeah.
That is perfect because it's allowing you to ground, continue to cleanse. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Your family may think you're crazy, but Liz, you be spot on with a lot of stuff.
Yeah. And even like I've been gardening because we have a lot of big bushes outside and he can't get to it because I'm probably stronger than he is. You know? So then I was like trimming the bushes and then he's like, there's a round bush, half the bottom was dead for 5 years. So I cut away all the bottom. So then he starts screaming because now it looks like a mushroom. If it's dead, you know, you got to take away the dead thing. Feng Shui, they said, don't have anything dead in the house. It attracts ghosts. And he's like, oh, you're full of shit. And I'm like, you're not supposed to have dead plants in the front yard.
Nope. I agree. And there, I mean, there are a lot of different things that we don't understand that attract,
Right.
you know, and so we have to be very careful. And I agree.
Right.
'Cause I need to get a landscaper out here to look because I saw this lady with these beautiful bushes in her yard. And I was like, I want some of them because they were just beautiful fuchsia, pink flowery bushes. And so, yeah.
Those are azaleas, but they only flower for 1 week.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They
Oh.
and even any flower flowers for 1 week and then the rest of the year, except maybe forsythias, which are those yellow small ones.
Yeah.
But or rose bushes. It's only 1 week. Yeah. Even we have a cherry tree that's outside where the portal is, and it's beautiful pink 1 week, and then it's a big mess of like brown flowers on leaves on the ground. Everything. Yeah. So then we ended up buying that's why you always see the same bushes or green, what everybody has because it's the only thing that's green all year round.
Right.
In different
and you're right because this is exactly what I saw.
Yeah. It's only like a week.
Yep.
Then I want
them longer than a week. I need mine to be, I need
not
to
long.
be a long time. So now, but yeah. So you have a great pulse when it comes to spiritual things, and I don't want you to doubt that. I want you to know that while yes, people may think, oh, she's high strung, she's crazy. Nah, you know, and your past life, but you are very connected to this past life that's letting you know things. So I would say, because Tom is angelic. He has an angelic aspect to him, but at the same time, he's still operating on this natural plane.
Yeah.
And so he's able to protect from a big point of view. Mm-hmm. You, on the other hand, are very connected spiritually to your past life. Ariel is very connected to her giftings. Mm-hmm. So that in itself is saying that you got a gifted household right now. And so, while Angelica's growing, she hasn't connected completely to her gifts because she's scared to death of the pendulum. So
whenever I tell her, she goes, or I tell her like about Will Smith or whatever, or just say, oh, that's an example, because Ray did a reading on him and said he has legal problems coming up and he's going to lose his money or blah, blah. And I'm like, that's what you don't want to hear, legal problems or somebody coming to take your money. So even like when you said, oh, you're worried about keeping the money, and I'm like telling my kids, buy that stock, and they don't listen. And I'm like, I don't want to say I told you so. Like you're always wrong. I'm like, okay, well, that's on you. I told you so.
Yeah. Look, you don't want to say it, but
right. That's on. Yeah. I mean, I'm not God either, but I rarely get a good idea. It's been 2 years since I got like a good idea. And then I'm like, I don't want to really like do anything. Or even when I mentioned to you the print on demand, because then, the housewife lady, she said, I started a CBD business, Tamara Judge. She got fired. She opened a gym. And then they said, how are you doing your business? And she's with the gym. And she goes, oh, we're not a big box gym. We rent out the building to a chiropractor and a masseuse, and we're a private gym that does lessons. And so, okay, good. You made good use of the space. She goes, we started a CBD business. And she goes, that's where the money is. That's where the big money started coming in. But then it's called Vena, V-E-N-A. She goes, our website got hacked by somebody in Turkey. And then we couldn't get to any of our orders. So then they were counterfeiting their site and stealing all of the sales.
No.
Yeah, so that's kind of like what like when I'm saying with Seth, like why bother? Even if we made like print on demand or you're making paintings or whatever, what if the minute, or even that Erin the Urban Mermaid, somebody messaged me from her because it said Erin the Urban Mermaid is live. So I don't always see it. So I just clicked on it. So then she waved at me and I was like, okay, only 4 people were on. And then she started saying, oh, I'm doing this ritual with that ritual with the Asian goddess, Quinn Yang.
Mhm.
That one, you know who I mean, the one
Yeah.
with the arm. And then I thought, she's white. Why is she doing that with Asian? And then I remember what you said, you know, and then that was funny because I didn't know who it was. Then I Googled it. I'm like, well, it's a somebody of mercy or whatever to help the poor or whatever. And then I'm like, she's doing rituals like Seth with an Asian, and I thought that's weird. And I didn't know who this was. So I just thought that was really peculiar, you know? And then I got messaged by somebody who spelled her name with a different letter. And then it was impersonating her, trying to
Yeah.
started following me. And I told her, but I was like, I don't want nothing to do with these people, or even that Ellie Arquette lady. When I sent it to you yesterday, because she said, I have 5 channels and a makeup line, yada. I manifested a BMW, a iPhone out of thin air, a motorcycle, a scooter for her birthday, and now she's trying to do the house. But and you know how she always had witches and she was doing everything kind of witchy. And she said when she was little, she crawled up the wall and the fence backwards, like how possessed people do. And she was possessed a couple of times. And she tells those stories because I've watched all of her stuff. Because even though she's a little wacky, I think some of the stuff she says is true. So that website of hers, she made 27 videos and it's already monetized. But now she's talking about manifesting, which she's saying how to do it by saying it out loud, writing it down, whatever you've been telling us. But she's manifesting like big things fast. So I thought that was very interesting because it was the equivalent of praying out loud or in the car or something like that. So
Yeah.
you don't know what is it? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's really interesting that whole.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Crawling up the wall backwards now. That's a whole new like, what? But,
Yeah.
Okay. But
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer in staying in my cultural aspect when working with spirits and deities, because you don't want to offend, because the minute you offend, you can't bounce back easy from that. I mean, I don't knock anybody who's doing it. If that's what they want to do, that's fine. But it would be me equivalent to working in the Ukrainian with a Ukrainian deity that my friend Madame Pamita is. Madame Pamita is Ukraine.
Oh.
She's a Ukrainian and she works with Ukrainian deities. Now, if I were to reach over there and say, yeah, I want to work with Baba Yaga. No, that's not in my culture. You know, and she don't reach in my culture and say she want to work with Ogun or work with Yemiya. She doesn't do that. But we have a habit of thinking that we can co-opt other people's stuff.
Yeah.
And we're not supposed to, because that's dangerous.
Right.
You know, and people don't realize sometimes you're suffering because you've been messing with stuff you ain't got no business messing with.
Yeah.
So I mean,
that's crazy. Yeah, I don't want to mess around with anything that's going to mess me up, because then there's always like weird things happening to test you, like with him with the phone yesterday. He's screaming for 40 minutes on the phone with somebody trying to aggravate the hell out of you.
Yeah. Let me see. Let me ask this question. Hold on.
Yeah.
Is there anyone attached to Lynn besides Angelica and Jennifer? Okay. How many digits? Okay, thank you. Show me how many people. 1. 16 other people besides your $2. Okay, can we go ahead and disconnect those people from Liz? Thank you. All right. Liz is higher self. Disconnect anyone, any being, object, place, or thing that is connected to Liz outside of her daughter Jennifer and her daughter Angelica. Disconnect everyone else and everything else. Thank you. Now, am I still connected? Okay, thank you. And we'll disconnect after the session. So from now on, I want you to start disconnecting at night. I want you to start saying, higher self, please disconnect anyone that's not supposed to be connected to me.
Yeah, I was doing it.
And because I don't know if Seth is doing this, I don't know if Raymond is doing this. If they're not disconnecting, they're still in your energy field.
I was listening to both of them on the iPad and the TV while you were talking, Ariel, in the other room, because I just follow, okay? I multitask, I listen to the iPad, the TV, and then maybe that's why.
Mhm. Now, but when you have sessions with Seth, or when you've had sessions with Raymond, have they disconnected? Have they, I mean, I know everybody doesn't do it the way I do it, so I get.
He just does I only talked to Raymond by email like a month ago. I sent him questions and then he sent a voice thing back. And Seth was last Saturday, he calls on the telephone, but we don't see him. And
Yeah.
then we just take the call.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
see, you're still spiritually connected, even though you're sending, an email, Raymond is still connecting to you.
Yeah.
And so let me ask if one of those people we just disconnected was Seth or Raymond. Okay. What if those just 16 people besides Jennifer and Angelica that were connected to Liz, were one of them Raymond? Okay, thank you. Was one of them Seth? Okay, Seth is disconnecting, so that's good, but Raymond is not. So you're
Oh.
disconnected from them now,
Yeah.
but Seth disconnects. So I should have known he would, because he knows what to do.
Yeah.
Raymond is not disconnecting. See, that's not part of the knowledge base that Raymond has. When
Yeah.
you connect to these people, you're still in their energy. I don't want to be connected to folk and experiencing their crap.
Yeah,
And so
especially for
that's fine.
him, because he's crazy, a little crazy, but he owes me time. And I gave like a reading to a friend who has parents in the Ukraine, and I was waiting for him to give me the answer to give to him.
Who is that now?
A friend of mine who used to do the chiropractic massage for me, his parents live in the Ukraine. So when, they got bombed and stuff, I reached out to him and said, hey, if you want to ask about your parents or if your house is okay, I'll give you one of my readings, because Raymond owes me like 8, because I bought them a long time ago,
Yes.
and then I forgot how many I had, and I didn't use them all. So I said, I'll give it to you. And then he said, yeah, I'd like to know about my house and if I should buy a house and if my kids are okay. So I wrote to him and asked and said, my friend Roman, and here's his photo. He needs to know this. Can you let me know? So that's probably why,
Yeah, that makes sense. And so,
Yeah.
just from this point on,
Yeah.
and you may not need to do it nightly. Let's
Yeah.
ask your higher self, does Leah need to do it nightly? Okay, how often does she need to do it? Is that days? Okay, once a week,
Okay.
pick a day and just literally say, higher self, please disconnect anyone that's connected to me that should not be.
Yeah.
And that way you can kind of clear the clutter, energetic clutter, because that may be affecting your money too.
Yeah, I did that every day in the bathtub because I'm holding the Reiki candles, and like when I put it on my stomach, it goes, whoa. It makes unnatural noises. And he's like, no, you're crazy. And I'm like, no, I don't hear things because my stomach doesn't make noises like that. And then he acknowledged that, yeah, it does it to him too. It's just very bizarre.
Really?
So I assume it's
Okay.
like when there's energy channeling or washing it down the drain or whatever. Or if I'm pretty sure I'm not imagining.
No, you're not imagining. Let's ask your higher self that. Is Liz imagining that her stomach is making those gurgling noises when she puts the Reiki candle on her stomach? Okay, your higher self says no, you're not imagining that. That's true. Okay.
That's really weird.
Okay. You got any other questions that you want to ask?
Oh, the only thing is that, like whenever I'm like laying down or close my eyes, I don't know if this is normal, but I like see a face, like a lion's face staring at me. Have you ever heard of that?
Let's ask your higher self on that.
Yeah, and this is like when I'm closing, all like it's like looking at me with eyes, and then it's like morphing into a beard and a man. And then I looked it up on Google, and some said, "Oh, it's Christian. It could be good. It could be bad. I don't know what the heck is it." And I always see it like if I have my eyes shut and you're like looking in the dark. You know what I mean?
Let's ask her. Okay, Liz's higher self. Liz sees a lion that morphs into a man's face when either she's looking in the dark or when her eyes are closed. First and foremost, is this her imagination? Okay, that's a no. Okay, second thing, is this good? Okay, gotcha. So you see that? Let's go into a no. Is this someone that is remote viewing? Gotcha.
Oh, crazy. See that? Oh my God.
You see that? Somebody's remote viewing.
Whoa.
That's why when you say it, I'm like, that's remote viewing. That's somebody looking in on you. I don't know who that is, but I'm about to find out.
Oh, wow. I thought I was imagining things or just like seeing in the corner of my eye. And I said, am I imagining? Because when I stare at the wallpaper, I would see like beasts in the wallpaper that had weird patterns. Things, you know, like.
Okay, so this is somebody remote viewing, Liz. Okay, thank you. Is this someone that she knows? Okay. Do you feel comfortable spelling out the name? Okay, spell out the name for me. Who's remote viewing? Okay, thank you. Okay. So it literally just spelled out. You know anybody else besides Raymond Guzman?
No.
Okay. So let me ask, hold on, turn my fan off. And let's be clear, he may not even know he's remote viewing. We'll find out. Okay. Is this Raymond Guzman that is remote viewing? Gotcha. Thank you. So you see that maybe?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we're friends, but I mean, I DM him or send him news sometimes, not all the time. I send him.
But this is the thing. He's remote viewing, but I don't think he knows it. Does he know he's remote viewing? Thank you. Is this is this an entity that is attached to him that's remote viewing? Thank you. You see that?
Oh, wow.
Well, this is the thing. Raymond gets entities attached to him. I've had to remove 2 from him.
Yeah.
When we were friends. He doesn't realize, again, you just saw that he was connected to you, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is why you have to say it specifically, like when you're in the tub.
Yeah.
That, make sure you say it specifically. Please disconnect anyone that's connected to me. That should not be. Yeah. This is why, because he's prone to entities because he doesn't do the protection work. Mm-hmm. I've told him about this on countless amounts of time. Mm-hmm. Countless. Because he has done things and connected to people that have had entities, and then he will in turn incur those entities. He's gone in these haunted places without protection. Right. And then these entities attached to him. Yeah. So even one of his old that used to follow him or they watched him online, they contacted me a while back, this is last year, and they said, do you see something wrong? Is something wrong with Raymond? And I said, honey, I don't watch Raymond. Mm-hmm. And she said, well, I know you don't really watch him and you don't want to hear anything about it because you don't want to say anything, negative about it. She said, but let me tell you what I saw. And so she described some things that she saw. She said, I really believe he has an entity attached to him. And I said, it would not be the first time. And it's not uncommon for him because he doesn't do his protections. Yeah. So let's ask your higher self again. Is Raymond Guzman, is he or has he remote viewed Liz Majorsik? Okay, thank you. Did he know he was? No. Was it actually his consciousness or his higher self remote viewing? No. Was it something that was attached to him? You see how it goes? Yes.
Ooh, that's crazy.
Okay. Yeah. Does Raymond have a malevolent entity attached to him? Thank you. Does he have a negative entity attached to him? You see that?
Oh. Yeah.
So that's what's been remote viewing you. Oh, and he don't even know it. Mm-hmm. So, I and the sad part is that you can't tell him that until he feels it, and then he'll get scared, and he's like, because he would call me. He's called me a couple times, and one time it was in the middle of the night. He's like, "Boo, are you awake?" And he would send me a message on Facebook, and I was like, "Yeah." He said, "Can you call me?" I'm like, "Yeah, what's wrong?" And then he would tell me, "I think I got something on me because I'm feeling something in the house," and blah blah blah. And I would check, and yeah, he would have an entity. So he's not gonna hear from you, but he needs to check himself. You know, it's
Yeah.
just like, remember when we were talking about Seth and I said there were 6 people that I
Yeah.
saw,
Yeah,
and come to find out that's what it was, and he checked and found out it was 6 women.
right.
And so, I mean, Raymond has an entity on him, but that's who's remote viewing you. Let's ask your higher self if we can now since we've detached, we've disconnected Raymond from Liz, will that energy now stop? Will the remote viewing now stop? Okay, good. So give it some time for that, because that entity, for whatever reason, is remote viewing you. And I'm not sure if it's I don't know what it's for, to be honest with you. Is it for nefarious reasons? Okay. Is it for money grab or no? Okay. Is it to attach itself? Okay. It wants to attach to you.
Ugh. He's supposed to have a video reading like next month on May 5th because he owes me one.
And that's fine. Just
Okay.
make sure you disconnect.
Okay.
Let me
Yeah,
ask your
that's-
higher self. Is it in Liz's best interest to continue with the video reading that she has with Raymond? Or will it be safe? Let's ask that. Will it be safe and in Liz's best interest? Okay. Put your protections up. And your
Okay.
higher self is saying yes.
Yeah.
Put your protections up. Make sure you have your protection up. And just make sure, even if he doesn't, because he doesn't know how,
Yeah.
when you get off that call with him,
Yeah.
call your higher self back to you and ask your higher self to disconnect you from Raymond.
Mhm.
And so that way there won't be any remote viewing.
Okay. Oh, that's crazy. That's
Yeah.
weird.
And it's not uncommon, because Raymond was interested in remote viewing anyway, because when he was interested romantically in a couple of guys, he would always say that they were remote viewing him, and it was different things. And I knew he wanted to learn how to do it.
Yeah.
And he may have learned how to do it, but he don't realize that entity is attached, that it's doing it for him.
Oh, that's crazy. See, I thought I was seeing things like when they said for me not to get Reiki attuned, because someone said, no, you'll get scared of what you say, you can't handle it. So that's kind of like what I thought that was. Like, I'm starting to see things like aliens or something. That's what I thought that was.
No, it's not. And whoever else he is he doing readings for anybody else in the family?
He did them a calendar each. And then he did 5 questions, like, because it's only by email. And then he started offering video readings when he had like the Thanksgiving sale, and I had it in my account. So I thought, oh, like it was 18 months ago I mentioned to you, since we talked to him, and then I thought, oh, I'll just use it like in the summertime or something in case something happens, because then there'll be money down the drain.
Right.
Yeah.
Just make sure that everybody has disconnected.
Mhm.
Just make sure, I mean, and I don't know if maybe they have to do it individually. Will each individual, and who did all he do a calendar for?
He did a calendar for Ariel and Angelica when he has his Thanksgiving sale,
Okay.
And then one time I think they asked questions or something by email.
Okay.
You get 5 questions and they just ask about school or something like that.
Okay.
And then he just answers by email only,
Okay.
Yeah.
Will Angelica and Ariel have to disconnect themselves from Raymond? Okay. Yeah. Just tell them to make sure they disconnect from anybody.
Mhm.
That includes me. Even if you feel like we haven't disconnected, call your higher self back and say, okay, please disconnect me from Pam.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to be connected to anybody that's not somebody you're supposed to be connected to.
Yeah, I say that every day in the tub. I'm like, please disconnect. And I say the Our Father, the Hail Mary, Lord is my shepherd, it works. And then I say your protection prayer.
Yeah. And so I think what it is that that's superseded for whatever reason. Let's just your higher self did. Is it something that Liz needs to do more to make sure she's disconnected? Okay, gotcha. Is it the verbiage? Does she need to say a specific thing? Okay. Do I need to send her what to say? Okay. I'm gonna send you in I'll send it in Instagram, or do you want me to send it in the email? with your video.
Whatever's easier for you, because I read both. Yeah, it was
Okay.
the protection PDF that you first said I disconnect from anything, you know, and call my higher self back. That first one you
Right.
sent us a long time ago, that's the one I've been saying.
Right. I think this is going to need more be more specific because
Okay.
of the entity being involved. Is
Yeah.
that, please confirm or deny? Yeah, because the
Mhm.
entity being involved, and I know what it is. Okay, disconnect from any being, BEING. There it is. There it is. Okay,
Okay.
so you're going to add the word being. Please disconnect any
Oh.
person or being
Okay.
that is connected to me that should not be.
Okay.
And I'll put that in the email
Yeah.
because an entity is not a person.
That's great. Yeah, I was saying person, energy, places, person, place, or thing.
Yep. So
That's
a
what I was
being,
thinking. I didn't think.
entity is not a person, or
Or
it is a
But
being.
then I remembered thing or place, because I didn't think of places until recently, because you mentioned that, you know.
Yep, because of the type of empath that you are. So
Yeah.
but that's what that was. You were not imagining that you being remote viewed, even though he doesn't know he's doing it. And he needs to be cleansed. He needs to
Should I tell him?
let's ask your higher self. I don't feel that he gonna listen, but anyway, especially if he hears coming from me, he'll think I have ulterior motives, which I don't. I don't care what Raymond does one way or the other. Liz's higher self, is it in Liz's best interest to mention to Raymond Guzman that he has an entity attached? Okay, you see that?
It says no?
Yep, says no.
Oh, yeah.
He wouldn't listen to it because he want to know who told you that. And Raymond has a habit of thinking everybody's out to get him. He's very paranoid like that.
Yeah. But if
And
you had a being on you, he should be paranoid, because he does have a being on him.
well,
But you don't think so.
right. But even for the people that he doesn't realize, they don't really care.
Yeah.
And they're not out to get him. He thinks he gets real paranoid like that,
Yeah.
and thinks that people are out to get him. It's like, boo, don't nobody want you. Nobody's trying to get you. What do you have?
Yeah.
And so he doesn't understand that. And I, one of my friends, she was like, because she has a habit, she goes to all her ex-friends' pages and see what they're doing. I said, I ain't got time for that.
Yeah. No, I don't even
Right.
want to look at my ex-husband. The hell with that. I'm like, he could attach to.
Right. I have no reason to look at anything that anybody else is doing other than myself. It's enough to keep up with what I'm doing.
Yeah. No, I try not to blow up your page, but I'm trying to tell you something when I'm seeing, I'm like, uh-oh, or I'm like,
No,
whoa.
and that's fine. But okay,
Yeah.
so you know how people have Instagram, they had their Instagram pages, they had their Facebook page. I
Yeah.
don't see it because
Yeah.
literally the way the algorithms are with Instagram and Facebook, I will not see what's on your page.
Yeah.
Now, I don't have time to physically go to everybody's page and see
Yeah.
what they're doing because I didn't see
Right.
it on my timeline.
Right.
So, for Raymond, I don't have time to be looking at what he's doing. I could care
Mhm.
less. He can he can do whatever he wants to do, but
Right.
I would hate for him to have an entity because he's gifted. He's
Right.
very gifted. But if you got an entity that's going to skew your gifts and skew the information that you need to tell your clients. And so that's what he needs to know.
And I don't want to get blabbed for blabbing. I could get in trouble for telling him because that thing won't want me to tell him. Right?
That part.
Yeah.
So you have to be very careful. Protect your
Yeah.
entity. He'll learn it one way or another. He got other friends. He got somebody in it that he'll feel it
Yeah.
eventually.
Mhm,
And he'll
mhm.
go to one of his friends. He'll ask them to remove it or whatever. And that's
Yeah. Yeah.
he'll get it eventually.
Mhm.
That's the benefit of being in tune, but hopefully he'll
Yeah.
get it. And if not, that ain't on you because your higher
Right.
self will stay out of it.
Yeah.
So
Do you need any more paint supplies or anything like that? Because I can
no,
keep an eye out when it goes.
I am good. I'm actually going to start painting the cards either this weekend or next weekend.
Nice.
And so I'm going to be painting the cards and getting ready and everything. It's a couple other things that I got that is brewing.
Mhm.
And I'm like, okay. So right now I'm getting ready, and they want it released by next year.
Yeah.
They want the cards released by next year, and then the other project I'm working on is bath salts.
Uh-huh.
And so the bath salts they wanted to release in April, but it's not gonna be released till May. And so I'm excited about that. I'm gonna show you the container it's going to go in, if I can grab it. Let it spill. So I'm gonna show you a picture real quick of what it's gonna look like similarly. And there it is. So
Oh, they're like test tubes? My eyes are
Yep.
bad. I got.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
uh-huh,
that's-
and so-
Oh, that's nice.
And so I have them here. These are the ones that I ordered to try out.
Oh, they're big. Wow, that's good. That's cute. Yeah,
Yep, And
nice.
so I need to buy a printer, and well, I'm gonna get the labels made through Canva. But yeah, so I'm gonna be doing bath salts. It's gonna be 5 different types. It's gonna be healing, healing, self-love, romance, prosperity, and high vibration bath salts.
Oh,
And so yeah, I'll be doing that. And
I haven't. You said you need a printer?
yeah, I'm gonna buy a printer, a color printer.
I have a color printer. Put that money in the stock. I'll mail it to you. No, for real. I want you to. Yeah. No, I bought a spare Epson Echo 221 with the Echo tanks thingy, and because I used to sell pictures of Freddie Mercury, as you know, and now it's sitting in the back room, and I don't even want to sell anything anymore because that's like so aggravating. That's why I'm waiting for this to come in.
Wow.
I'll
well,
send you a
thank
picture, and
you.
I actually have to buy the ink from. I have an extra ink from Staples because it comes in like a big, you know, the thing that Shaquille O'Neal, you know, the Echo Tank printer.
Yeah.
It has that. Yeah,
Oh,
I'll send it to you from. I have it in the back room. It's like a box, and it's a all-in-one color photo printer. So you could actually probably even like print your own cards or whatever. Because I used to print it's a photo printer. You know, you can.
wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow, Liz, you are so amazing. I mean, I think because
Wording
those
is
are-
good. Wait, actually, let me just show you the box. I'm
Okay.
walking through, like right now. Let me show you. Yeah, no, put the money in, like you were gonna put in that in like an IRA and buy some more stocks so you can get your house.
Wow, I so appreciate that.
So, I'm glad I asked you. Over.
Wow. Yeah, because I do everything on my Google Drive, and I'm gonna when you get to a place where you can look at this, I'm gonna show you because I brainstorm everything.
Wait, where is it? I have a brand new one in the box and I shoved it back in my. Oh, where the heck is it? Oh, here it is. Here. It's this one. ET 217. Can you see it?
Yep, I can see it. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
See it. Wait. Oh, actually, it's not that. Oh, here's the front. Let me bring it out. I'll bring it to FedEx tomorrow for you. And I have extra. It comes with like 3 inks. See, you're manifesting.
Yeah.
Hold on, it disappeared. Where'd you go?
Oh, your
Can't
camera
see.
went off. You probably
on a
swiped by
second.
accident.
Zoom. Hold on. Wait, how did it go? Hold on 1 second.
I think you either swipe left or
Okay.
right.
Oh, there you go. Oh, here it is.
Oh wow. You are so
Move it back.
awesome. I
Oh,
thank
can you see? Can you see the? you see it?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, here's the
Wow.
box.
Wow.
I'm gonna turn it
Thank
around.
you, Liz. I am
Oh,
just
see, there it
amazed.
is. Like, and it comes with the inks.
Uh-huh.
This is one that I've been using. Like, I had one upstairs. I bought it like last year. It's just been sitting. Oh, here's the front.
Wow.
And this lasts a really long time. It makes like 2,000 pages or something.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay. You are so amazing.
So I'll mail this to you
Yeah.
tomorrow. So then, yeah, no
I
problem.
thank you
That's
so
good.
much. And so
We just-
this is what, I don't know if you can see that. So that's I mean, I do everything. I color, this is on my Google Drive. So that's the bath sauce and that's like the ingredients. and
Oh,
stuff
that's
like
cute,
that.
yeah,
So
nice,
I just start brainstorming and
yeah.
what I want it to look like, that kind of stuff. So
Wow, that's
yeah,
good, that's great.
that's the stuff I'm always doing and coming up
Mhm, mhm.
with. And so I appreciate you so much. You
Yeah,
are just
no, I'm glad.
so amazing. But
No,
yeah,
That's
I
awesome.
agree. Yes,
That's
thank
great.
you. So
Okay, I'll mail that to you tomorrow and send like the tracking number when I get the labels so that you know when to expect it, you know?
okay, well, thank you. And
Okay,
so I told Ariel to text me once she's cleansed and
yeah, she just brought,
gonna
I
check
just
it
smell
in.
her burning something now.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
she's going to let me know, and then I'm gonna check as well.
Okay,
Okay, gotcha.
all right.
All right, you got anything else you want to know?
No, that's about it. I think we're good now. So I would just wait for the stock to come in and then we'll be
Yeah,
good.
definitely, because we all want to be rich. So
Yeah, right. So probably
yeah,
I'll check with you in a month and I'll DM you during the week if I see anything of interest, you know?
Okay. Well, I
right.
appreciate that. Well, say for me, hi yourself. I call you back to me.
Okay, thank you. Hire yourself, I call you back to me.
Okay. All right. Thank you. My higher self, please disconnect from Liz and disconnect from Liz's higher self. Also disconnect me from Liz and disconnect me from Liz's higher self. Disconnect Liz's higher self from this session and disconnect Liz from this session. Okay, thank you. All right, thank you, great creator, for this time with Liz. We thank you that all answers are yay and amen. We thank you for her everything that she is.
Oh, thank
everything
you. I mean, it's a blessing. Like I said, I'm so grateful to have you in our life and
Yeah.
guiding the kids because they don't listen to me.
You know what I mean? Hopefully, eventually they will.
Yeah.
So, because I mean, there's value in getting that wisdom, and you have great wisdom. They just don't see it yet.
No, they're like, I don't want to know right now, Mom. They said, like Ariel said, it's like, I'm gardening and you're showing me how to play guitar. I don't care. I'm like, I just have to tell you just in case it comes up because I'm your mother and I'm supposed to tell you something. So I can't say I
Right.
should have told her that. That's why I tell them in advance, hoping
Yeah.
something sticks.
Definitely.
All right.
All right. Well, as soon as this gets through downloading, I'm going to send it to you.
Okay, thank you so much. And
And
I'll mail
thank-
that to you tomorrow and send you the label and I'll talk to you on during the week or whatever, or send you a message.
Awesome.
And thanks
Yeah.
again. We'll talk to you soon. I'll tell Angelica to also to set up something with you so she can.
Okay. That
Print it out.
sounds good.
Okay,
All
thank
right.
you so much. Have a
Take
great
care.
day.
Thank
Take
you.
care. Bye
Bye-bye.
now. Thank you. Bye.